welcome back to Open, everyone. You know, I was inviting you to get social with us. That's right. Tweet us at Bronxnet TV and tweet me too while you're there at Rhina Valentin. The Multicultural Music Group organization is all about using symphonic performances to bring awareness to social justice projects and, well, that depict history, that is. And this month, the organization Youth Orchestra will be a part of the African American Diaspora Experience, and they'll perform a piece related to the culture and people of major African descent groups in the United States. And joining us to tell us more about the event, we welcome Multicultural Music Group Public Relations Representative Loreli Mojica. Hello, and welcome.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Well, so what does your role as the public relations representative entail?
Mostly I show up to things like this. I also speak publicly on behalf of the Multicultural Music Group. I've been involved with the organization since I was a child. I played viola in the youth orchestra. I grew up with it, and there's been several generations of students who've been just like me, and we're trying to develop a cohort of students who we follow throughout their years in middle school, high school, and hopefully college in the future.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. So you're in there. And so what age range do you, I guess, enroll the next generation? Where do you begin? What age?
Middle school.
Middle school.
Around 6 to 10. 6 to 10, around 12 sometimes, depending on what grade they're in. We work with younger students in order to get them thinking at first about how to interact with their world in a more culturally conscious way. It's really important that we deal with young scholars because as they learn about the world, they need to become aware of other people, of the world is more than just themselves, of more than just what they're going to do throughout the day. I think more and more nowadays, young people are becoming very self-centered.
Right.
And we're trying to open that up and think about what are the people who don't look like me? How can I interact with them? What do I know about them? And knowing about other cultures can help to bridge the gap between people who have a lot of resource and people who don't.
Yes, and the beauty of what you guys are doing is you're teaching them substance because we're living in this world right now where everybody's just looking for the fame and the glory without understanding that we serve a grander purpose, right? So let's talk a little bit about the process, right? Because there's history in this program as well, and that's really beautiful.
Yes.
It's beautiful. Your mission is beautiful.
Yes, we have a very distinct program called the Symphonic Youth Program, and we implement a strategy called Playing History, where we integrate history lessons with multicultural music instruction. So one of the songs that we'll play is Strange Fruit by Billie Holiday, and the students will be doing that at the performance, and they'll learn about the Jim Crow South and the horrible things that happened during that time, during the civil rights era, and getting them aware that the freedoms that they enjoy today weren't always there. They were fought for, and not to take that for granted.
Yeah, and so we're talking about Billie Holiday and Strange Fruit and lynching, and while that no longer exists in some aspect, it's still being exercised in other forms, metaphorically speaking, right?
Definitely.
And we could talk about Black Lives Matter,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah,
so
definitely.
this age group that is going to be performing this, how old are they?
They're in middle school, around 12 to 13.
All right, so it's great. We're mobilizing them at a very young age, right? And then they're using their artistry to send this message. And that's the program in itself, right? It's not just, yes, hone in your craft, but know that there's a voice behind it other than yours.
Yes, definitely, absolutely. And the words that we use, the vocabulary we use makes such a big difference. Did you know the origin of the word picnic is actually quite violent? The original picnics happened when people sat on blankets with food around a person who was hanging from a tree. And the word derives from the word nick. Nick is short for the N-word, and it's really violent. So I personally don't say the word anymore.
Well, that's lovely for you to share that with us here on air for those watching. You just educated hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
Yes. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
So what should we expect at this concert that's coming up?
We should expect readings of African American literature that I'm really excited about because I'll be reading them myself, along with a teacher named Erica Castro from the Multicultural Music Group. And we'll also be having a live orchestra, a full orchestra, playing compositions from...
How large is this orchestra?
I'm not exactly sure how many pieces.
More or less.
More or less, around 40 to 50 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like...
Yeah, it's
Yes.
beautiful. Lots of different colors with the music. Deep sounds, light sounds, violins, brass. It's going to be beautiful.
And these are all individuals who have come under the training.
So we have the Symphonic Youth Program, and we also have an adult multicultural music orchestra. So the adults will be playing as well as the Symphonic Youth.
Okay, so it's all of them together. So it's intergenerational as well.
One after
One after the other. Okay,
Yes.
so they're not all going to be on stage
Yes.
together.
Yes.
All right, yeah. And I get the visuals, you know? I'm like, yeah, I want to see this. Okay, so the pieces that you're going to be reciting, how did you choose them?
I chose them based on my own personal interest, and also Erica Castro, who has a degree in African American literature from Columbia. She chose her own pieces, like The Color of Water. I'll be reading a piece from James Baldwin, who's one of my favorite authors of all time. Octavia Butler will be reading. And we'll also be doing an original dialogue piece, almost like theater, where we'll be talking about how we should relate to these texts and how we should be thinking about diasporas in general. It's going to be a really informative experience.
Oh my goodness, you're so pleasant. You're such a breath of fresh air. It's so exciting. I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, and congratulations. Okay, so let's just share with everybody before we go where they can see this.
They can see this here at Lehman in the Studio Theater. And
When is it happening?
on the 25th,
On the
Friday the 25th.
All right, thank you,
Yes.
Loreli
Thank you.
Mojica.
Thank you
Oh my
so
goodness,
much.
That was so wonderful. Oh, I feel good about our next generation. All right, once again, you guys, the Multicultural Music Group African American Diaspora Experience is taking place on May 25th at 7 p.m. at the Lehman College Studio Theater located at 250 Bedford Park Boulevard. All right, we're taking a quick break, but when we return, we're going to hear all about a new kind short film.